GOP senator changes child sex laws to, well, this is a good reason, help a predator relative.
Come on now, dog.
18-year-old in Utah who had sex with a 13-year-old avoided jail time after laws regarding sexual offenses were changed by a relative.
Come on, man.
Utah Senate President Stuart Adams confided to lawmakers that the law relating to his relative's case should be reviewed in a larger bill passed in 2024.
Bitch, you think it's small. We need to be thinking big.
Adams told the Salt Lake Tribune, some have suggested this change was made to benefit the case I was made aware of involving the high school senior. That is simply not true.
Shit.
While the sponsor of the bill was aware of the case, I did not request the legislation and did not intervene or give input on the drafting of the bill.
You are a fucking idiot.
However, the bill's sponsor, Senate Majority Leader Kirk Cullimore, told the Salt Lake Tribune that Adams requested that charges against the relative be looked into for the legislation.
Partner, you should be paying me a fee.
March 2024, SB 213 was passed into law, changing sentencing rules over sex between teenagers.
And what it boils down to is that the way that the law was written before they changed it, of course, if you're 18, you have sex with somebody, 13, you have to go on the sex offender list, whatever that list is called. And then, of course, he could get up to 25 years in prison. Well, once they changed the law, now he doesn't have to go on the sex offender list. And it went from a whatever the highest level felony to the lowest level felony. And now he's free to do whatever he wants to do. Your thoughts on people in high places changing the goddamn law to help their goddamn family members out, their conspiracy, brother?
Well, this is nothing new with how politicians move. They do it for everything when it comes to stocks, when it comes to crimes. They manage to finagle laws to benefit them or the people that they know. Because this is the problem with politicians. They have that type of power and influence. And he said he didn't do anything openly and in the media to make this happen. But I'm damn sure behind closed doors,
Yeah, if you
he
behind
was
closed
all over
doors.
that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, because he probably got some minors under his belt somewhere right now,
Yeah,
allegedly,
and,
possibly.
yeah, possibly. And that's the thing, Nate Pharaoh. Your family members get in trouble, yet you want to change the law. But then you got other people, family members get in trouble. Oh, hell no, the law's in the book. Let's keep it that way. And they have to deal with the consequences. And now your 18-year-old, I think you say either his grandson or his nephew, one of them, had sex with an underage girl, even though he's a senior. The young girl was 13, and he could have faced 25 years in prison. Now he's basically a minor and doesn't have to go on the sex offender list, and he basically gets to walk free. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I'm going to ask what the parents of the 13-year-old are doing.
Hmm. That's a good one. I ain't thought
Right?
about that one.
Like, why hasn't anything changed? First of all, and then secondly, how the hell did anybody agree to help him change the law?
Well, this
Right?
is
And I
Utah.
know this is in
Utah,
a
home of
Mormon
the
state.
Mormons. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's in a Mormon state, but they got laws too. But but you know what? I got some folks up there. I'm gonna have to ask their input on this one because I need to know what happens if I'm the 13-year-old parent and that happened. Somebody not gonna make it out of a chamber somewhere.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, next conspiracy, brother. It's just the fact that, I know politicians and people with money have a lot of goddamn power. But this law, the way that they changed the law, this is going to affect a lot of other people because now you're going to have a lot of other sexual predators. Who's to say? Who's to say it's going to stop at the age of 13? You know what I'm saying? Shit, maybe let's go down to 10 now. A 18-year-old and 10-year-old, a 9-year-old. So they open themselves up to things like this to keep happening. Instead of trying to save one person, they affected everybody else in their goddamn state.
That's amazing.
And that's the problem again with politicians. They don't see the people. They're not for the people. They're for themselves and the people that they surround themselves with. And that's what this whole move was about, was him looking out for somebody that's related to him.
Yeah.
And like I
Man,
said,
that's
and the
bad.
reason we don't hear nothing from the parents because they don't have the power. They're not in a position to really do anything at this point because, again, as you can see, he's a politician. He got the influence, he got the blackmail ability, and all this other shit that they do to finagle their way into these laws being changed. So
Yeah.
yeah, it opened a big old can that eventually it's gonna bite him in the ass.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
come to pass where he get bit in the ass.
Yeah. And
But
then on top of that, there, Pharaoh, they may have bought the family off. Maybe that's why you didn't hear it. They may have
that's
said,
fine. That's fine, but you still got trauma that your daughter has experienced. Not that, because we don't know allegedly what happened and things of the nature, but
yeah, it
I
may have
don't
been consensual,
there's
but
no
still,
money. There's
it may
no
have
money
been
gonna buy me
consensual,
out.
but it may have been consensual too, but still, they
Man,
said 13-year-old, you know,
listen, but you already know how we feel about that. I'm gonna tell you now, that
yeah.
happened to me. Yeah, first of all, that dude wouldn't even had a chance to go to trial. Shit.
He didn't go to trial because they changed the law.
Once again, he wouldn't have been able to change the law because he wouldn't have been around for the law to be changed.
Yeah. That is crazy, man.
I mean, come on, man. This is just saying, oh, we really don't care what Trump has done. There's no pedophilia now that you changed the law.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be like, hey, just do what that judge did and the lawmaker did in Utah.
Yeah, and man, I had another question, but I should have changed it. I'm not going to change it. And I'm going to ask this. I'm going to say it's a Republican Party because I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent, leaning Democrat. That's what I am. So, how low has the Republican Party has become, in your opinion? But it should be all the parties because the reason why I say that is because I don't know if y'all heard about this. In Oklahoma, there was a guy. They passed a law where they wanted to put the Bible in all the schools.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be the Trump Bible. The
yeah.
Trump Bible there, conspiracy brother. And then to come to find out, he had some people that came to his office and he's supposed to be holier than thou. And he's watching porno. So they saw him on his stream.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually watching porno. But
Yeah.
yet, you're supposed to be a Christian and we trying to save our kids, but yet you're in your office watching things like this. So how hypocritical has all these parties become? And they're supposed to be the one making the laws for you and me.
It's not that they've become, it's just now they're getting exposed for the shit that they've been doing.
Okay.
Exactly.
And that's the one great thing about social media. As much as the dumb shit that they have, people get exposed for their being hypocrites to what they say.
Yeah.
And now it's just like I said, man, politicians are just a bunch of pieces of shit for the most part. Not all of them, but the majority of the other motherfuckers, they out for self-preservation. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. They give a fuck about, what's best for the people. Because again, they get information that we don't get. They know shit that we don't know. And they move off of that shit, not even giving a fuck about the downhill effects of what will happen to the people that they supposed to be representing. They ain't
Yeah.
representing nothing but themselves, and it's
Yeah.
become all of them, all parties, all that shit is.
Yeah, and then on top of that,
debacle.
man, number 47, Donald Trump, he's the main one. If you ask me, he does shit that, hey, fuck it, y'all ain't gonna do anything any goddamn way. So do as I say, not as I do. They Pharaoh. That's
Yeah.
the aspect that I have seen lately, and I'm gonna say, they keep saying when Barack Obama became president, he divided the country. When Donald Trump became president, he made the country more low down and dirty than it ever have been in my entire 55 years of living.